Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to take a look at Redemption Song by Bob Marley. Now, we're going to do the acoustic version here, which is obvious, not the full band version. So make sure you've got that one up when you're trying to go through this lesson. We're in standard tuning here. And we have this intro. Now, Bob Marley basically just plays with his thumb. He does a lot when he's doing this acoustic kind of stuff, at least. So the strumming is kind of just up and down with the thumb, just back and forth, and then he just basically plays that single note melody just with his thumb as well, just all downstrokes. So let's work on that. We're going to start with a low E string, 3rd fret, then the A string open, and then a quick pick A again, and a quick little hammer on the 2nd fret. Then back over to the 3rd fret on the low E. Then back to that 2nd fret on the A string and do a quick little hammer on 2 to 3. Then come over to the D string. Now, I don't know if he intended to do this, but he has the open G in here as well. So when you pick this next one, pick across 2 strings, the open D and the open G. And when you do that, you're going to hammer on the 2nd fret on the D string. So we have this. Then the open D, and then the 2nd fret on the A. So we have this. Alright, then back to the beginning basically. Now he picks the low E string, 3rd fret there, and here he actually hits 2 strings again, the open A and the open D together, before he does that hammer on the A string of the 2nd fret. And then the open D string, so we have this. Real quick. So all together. You can let that, when you do that hammer on, let that open D ring with it. The first ending now is this, which is the 2nd fret on the A again, quick hammer 2 to 3, back to 2, open A, down to the 3rd fret on the low E. Now when he plays that open A, once again, there's that low E creeps in there. It might be just kind of a mistake, so just it's not really loud in the signal, so you can just leave it out. It sounds good just going down the natural melody there. Then we start over again. Now we have a 2nd ending, which is this. Now he's intentionally picking across 2 strings. 3rd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D. You're going to pick those 2 strings. Then the 2nd fret on the A, open D string. Then those 2 strings open. To the 3rd fret on the low E. And then we start strumming the chords. The first verse basically looks like this. Alright, so it's the G chord here, just a G major chord. It's the version of the G chord, I might play it like this, but it's the version of the G chord that has the open B string in there. G to E minor, then to a C major chord. Then all you gotta do here is pick up your 3rd finger and take your 2nd finger and move it over to the 2nd fret on the A string. So this. Into an A minor. So we have this. So you're going to do that 3 times. so after going through those chords 3 times, the 4th time has a different ending, and it looks like this. That takes us to the chorus. So that's just that same G to E minor. But we go to the C now, but instead of doing that descending thing down to the A minor, we go from the C to a D. Now you're going to see him play this, you know, he's got videos of him doing this, an acoustic version of it. And when he plays that chord, he likes to play a D7 chord there, which is not on the original recording, acoustic recording, he's not playing it. He's just playing it like a normal D. But it sounds like he's playing a normal D major chord, but he doesn't really get that F sharp in there. He just kind of stops at the 2nd string, so it just sounds like a D power chord. But if you want to play it like he did sometimes live, you can just play a D7 chord, which is the 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the B, and 2nd fret on the high E, just if you want to do it that way. But that's not like what he does on the original recording. Now we have the chorus, which sounds like this. Back to the verse again. So that's just G, then a C to D, and again C. Now this time, the 3rd time through, you're going to replace that G with E minor. Still goes to C and D again, then back to the G, C, D, G. C, D, and then you're back to the verse. So the chorus is just repeating G, C to D, except that 3rd time, replace the G with an E minor, and that's kind of an easy way of looking at it. The 2nd time you hear the chorus, there's an extra G, C to D thrown in there too, so it's a little bit longer, but you'll be able to hear that. I'm sure it's pretty easy. All right, so now let's take a look at the 2nd verse because the chords are slightly different. Let's go through it real quick. So as you can probably tell, he's going back and forth between ending it with an A minor chord and a D major. So it's the G to E minor, same as before, and that C and the descending line to the A minor. That's the 1st time through the verse. And now we're going to go through it again. This time with the C to the descending to the D. And then you repeat all that again. Next time around it goes to the A minor, and then the next time around again it goes back to the D. So it just rotates between ending with A minor or the D for the 2nd verse. All right, so then you have actually a little interlude section in there which sounds like this. We'll just kind of jam on that for a while. So we have the 2nd fret on the A and the 2nd fret on the D. Play those together, and then the same 2 strings open, back down to the 2nd fret on each string, and then open again, and then back to the 2. So this, and then just go C to D. Repeat. So let's take a look at this last chorus because, as you probably know, it's kind of extended. So let's go. I'll play through it real quick. Alright, kind of a crazy ending there. So we're starting the same thing with the chorus. G to C to D. And the third time here, we're going to replace the G with the E minor. C. And we're back to the G. C, D. Now we're going to have a couple of them where you play an E minor instead of G. Back to the G. And then here we get to this little ending, which is the G, C, to a little descending riff down to the A minor. And just kind of shrug on this A minor a little bit. And about halfway through, he's going to add the second fret on the high E string. And just kill it real quick, just hit it and just kill it. Alright, so it's kind of an interesting way to end the song, but yeah, it's a classic, so everybody's got to know it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for guitarlessons365.com.